What is going on? Welcome to another Caleb Sells live stream. I'm so glad you're here. Today I'm going to be doing a virtual thrift haul. I'm going to show you, I think it was 38 when I counted, of the best items that I thrifted last week. I did not actually leave the price tags on or have the items here in front of me. Actually, they're all like right here because I just listed them already. So that's why I'm doing this virtually. I'm just going to go through the pictures that I took when I listed the items. And it actually is nice because you can get kind of like a close up view of the tag, if I'm using a style code, the things about it that made me purchase that item. So I just want to give you guys as much value as possible. This is a live Q&A as well. So as I'm going through the thrift haul, if you have questions about the items or about anything with me or my business, feel free to leave those in the chat and I will get to those as I can as we're going through this. But I do want this to kind of focus around the items that I picked up so that you guys can see what I'm picking up on a regular basis. And these are items that I would definitely recommend you guys picking up as well. So I'm actually going to share my screen and we'll jump right into it. And once again, say what's up in the chat as you come along. It's kind of like Inception there when I'm on the streaming page. So I'm going to move over to my photos. The first two items are going to be the only two pairs of shoes that I picked up this week. I picked up these Adidas Predator Accuracy 0.3. And the nice thing about Adidas is on the tag, and it's on the like size tag as well. They have an art number, ART. Sometimes it says ART followed by this code, and sometimes it just says A and then followed by this code. But this is GW4644. So it makes it really easy to go into eBay and type in Adidas. What was it? GW4644? 4464? Oh no, I got that wrong. For GW4644. If I could type, that'd be a lot easier. So then it's pulling up these exact shoes, and the ones that I bought because they had the tag were in new condition. And so this is kind of what they're selling for. And this is a really good time to be selling, really good time of year to be selling that kind of outdoor specific to sporting equipment, because as the weather is getting nicer, people are going to be outside playing sports. And this next pair is a pair of Batula sandals. This is a brand that's made by Birkenstock. It's kind of like a lower level model. But this one had a nice like embroidered floral pattern and some like studded, bedazzled, whatever you want to call that thing going on. So I think that these would be really good sellers. And once again, this is like the perfect time of year to be selling this type of item. So. All right, just checking to see if anybody's asking questions. No questions so far, so we're going to keep moving along. So these are the first two items, and they're the only two pairs of shoes that I picked up. If you watch my video on style codes, I talked about these Bonobos Highland Tour golf pants. You can see that they have like this venting in the kind of middle inseam area where the inseam attaches to the rise. And so they're the slim fit here. And then on this code here is how I figured out that they were the Highland Tour model. And once again, if you guys watch that style code video, you guys will know that the sell-through rate on these was amazing. And I actually already sold 3 of the 4 pairs that I had listed all to one person for $30 a piece plus shipping. So this is obviously a really good item that has a really high sell-through rate, even though Bonobos as a brand is just kind of mid-level, maybe below that. But there's always going to be, not always, a lot of times there are items within a brand that are still excellent. And this is one of those, the Bonobos Highland Tour golf pants. And so if I go to my orders here, type in Highland Tour, you'll see that I sold these 3 pairs Highland Tour for $30 a piece. Plus shipping. It says partially refunded here because I refunded him half of the shipping that he paid. So that was an excellent item. Good morning to Cindy. Just started selling. Do you promote your listings to at least 2%? Well, 2% is the minimum for promoted listings. So if you do promote, you have to do at least 2%. I promote all my items at 5% personally. And Timothy says, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Timothy. Thanks for stopping by. We'll hop back into the items here. Okay, and these are a couple more items that I showed off in the style code video. But this is a Peter Millar Performance Quarter Zip. It has this nice, like, stretchy polyester material. And on the back of this code here, this ME0EK40, that's the style code. I typed that into Google to find that this was, I think it's called the Maven. And this item already sold as well for $40 plus shipping. So this sold on the 15th, which was yesterday. So maximum 2 days listed to get that sale. So excellent item. I thought because it was size small, that was the right price, but maybe I underpriced it. We'll see. Next time I find one, we'll have to see. So this next one is a brand called Rhone, Rhone, kind of known with this little X stitching. And they always have like a corny motivational saying somewhere on the item. Here, once again, you can see that kind of button, but it has those little X's on the stitching. And that was kind of what was the giveaway on these pants. And in that style code video, I looked up the sell-through rate, and I think Rhone pants in general were just under 100% sell-through rate. And these ones were the commuter slim model, and they had just over 100% sell-through rate. So really, really solid item. Has that nice performance material, and the style number is right on that back tag. I think these are probably polyester and spandex, or just 100% polyester. So it has that nice stretchy feel to it. Casey, Flip and Fold, what up, bro? Listing and watching. That's right. Get your listings done. My dad's in the house. What's up, Dad? Kenny says, driving to the thrift, or I would be asking questions. Late start today. Fingers crossed. Hey, it's all about being in the right place at the right time. You know, sometimes when you're early, that's the right time. But if they roll out the new rack as you're walking in there, you know, could still be your lucky day. It's all hope for you that you find have some good finds. Timothy says, what are your feelings about Volcom? I'm guessing the brand. And also, do you think of it as streetwear? Volcom to me is a brand that I pass on 95% of the time or more, but there are certain items that sell well. I forget what video it was in, but I think a thrift haul kind of like this. I showed off a pair of vintage Volcom corduroy shorts, corduroy in the vintage skate and surf brands. And I would actually call Volcom a skate or surf brand, not necessarily streetwear, but there is some crossover there. Chauncey says surfwear. Yeah, kind of surfwear, skate, surf. And the corduroy shorts from some of those skate and surf brands can sell really well, or corduroy pants. And of course, there's going to be certain models within those brands that I don't even know because I'm not really an expert in that, brand that do sell well. So what I would recommend for researching a brand is going to eBay, typing in Volcom, and then maybe narrowing it down by like shirt or pants or shorts, and filtering on eBay the sold listings from the highest to the lowest, and you'll see some of the really crazy good items, and then try to find more like the realistic, more common items that correlate to those really expensive items. So I bet if you looked right now, well, let's just go look right now. That's what this is for, right? Volcom shorts. Okay, we're going to do highest first. Vintage 1994 NOFX, no FX skate shorts, $250. So because it has this big no FX. So that's a polo. Volcom no FX skate shorts. Nice bolo. Let's go to used because some of these are just new items that sold for retail. So lotted up 9 Volcom shorts. So say you're at a garage sale and you get all the same size of a bunch of them for like $1 a piece. Maybe that's a good way to move them. Once again, I'm just kind of taking you guys through a process of me finding what would be good in a brand, even brands that, I pass on 95% of the time. I still want to know that 5% when I would pick it up, because that's where I'm going to be able to maximize my time sourcing and not leaving behind profitable items. Yeah, so I see lots of multiple items. Not really seeing too much standing out to me. We're already kind of at a lower price point there. Volcom corduroy shorts, highest to lowest. So it looks like even just a plain pair, this person got $30 plus 8.45 shipping. Just a plain pair of corduroy used shorts. So once again, as you can see, it didn't take me scrolling down very far to, get to not the most amazing comps. So that's kind of why it's only maybe like I'm picking that brand up less than 5% of the time I see it. But you want to be able to pick up that 5%. Beach buy repeat. Hey, you would know about these surf brands, so chunky corduroy for sure. Also, there has something to do with how wide the stripes are on the corduroy. I think it's called like something with the whale. I'm not really super familiar with that, but if you see it has like super wide strips on the corduroy, probably worth looking into. Vintage OP 80s cord shorts can sell for up to 100 if you can find them. So the Volcom ones are probably like the people that don't want to pay 100, they pay 25 for the Volcom ones. But those 80s OP ones, those are the really good corduroy shorts. So thanks for that info. All right, let's hop back into it here. Okay, this next one is a pair of Stio shorts. So these just look like very basic chino shorts, but here is the logo. And on the button, it has like this pine cone looking thing. That's their actual logo. And then it had the spell out there on the hip. Snap button. So this is another one I looked up in the style code video. 2341. So that is the Coburn shorts. And these are already sold as well. Sold for $30 plus shipping. And it looks like I found these in the winter as well. Coburn, basically the exact same shorts, sold for $30 both times. These ones sold on the 14th, and I listed them maybe on the 13th. Yeah, so sold in a day for full price of 30 plus shipping. So really good brand there and a really good item within the brand. Even had this like belt loop rip out, which really wouldn't affect it because once you put your belt in there, it would be held fine. Or if you just tuck that in, it would look fine. So now we're getting to items that I haven't already looked up for the style code video and that kind of thing. But this is a really good brand, Collars and Co. So what they do is they make performance polos, but they put dress shirt cuffs and dress shirt collars on them. So it looks really nice on the collar. This has like a blue and white houndstooth check print on it. And it said dress collar polo, just had that written down right there. Let's see what I listed this for. I listed this for $40 plus shipping. So that's what the long sleeve models were going for. So yeah, that's a really good item. It had about 100% sell-through rate. I'd have to look exactly because I kind of narrowed my search down pretty far. So it's sometimes when you narrow the search down really far, the results can be a little wonky with the sell-through rate. But that's a good item. If you're picking it up at like a typical thrift price, I can endorse that item for sure. Here we have some public rec pants. Notice this little P on the button and also this little P here on the back pocket. That's what you're looking for. Excellent sell-through rate on the pants. These were 36-34, so nice long inseam, which I'm listed above, like $5 above the market value, because that longer inseam is very desirable, especially on these kind of like performance-y-ish pants. But these are like a 5-pocket, button fly, not button fly, but a button closure with the zip fly. So these are more like a traditional, you could wear these to like the office. Let's see what I listed these for. I listed these for $42.95 plus shipping, and they're called the Workday Chino. And I found another pair of them as well. So that's why there were 2 listed there. I found it in gray, and I also found it in like a khaki tan color. Let's check in on you guys. Lavender Gal says wide whale is the most valuable. Yes. Stio is a great brand, absolutely. Elephant whale cords. See, I don't know what makes an elephant whale, but we're going to have to look at that. Let's just look at it right now. Elephant, I can't type. Whale corduroy. So let's try to figure out what elephant whale. No results? Am I looking at the right thing? Oh, they put WALE. This says fine whale. Let's just do elephant whale, see if we get anything. Not getting any results. So maybe you guys can tell me why I'm not getting anything there. Dang, I passed on OP yesterday. OP has really good vintage corduroy shorts, but they also have a lot of modern stuff that's not worth anything. So don't beat yourself up too bad, because, maybe those were 80s corduroy shorts, but if it's just like the modern basic stuff, yeah. I'd probably be passing on 95% of OP as well. Beach by Repeat says, what material is your gray flatlight? It's an indoor-outdoor rug from Home Depot. It kind of has like, more of a rougher carpet texture. I feel like it holds pretty decently. Lag says, hi, what's up? The logos do give it away. Lavender Gal says, no elephant, just wide, medium, or fine. So let's go back here. Wide whale corduroy. Okay, here we go. Some Jenko makes some wide leg. So this is what we're talking about with the wide whale corduroy, how it's like a lot wider between each little indentation. My dad was in here on the live and now he's calling me, so not sure what he's thinking I'm going to answer for. Okay, here's a good example where we can see the wide whale. See how this is like super wide? These like little pinstripe almost. Okay, I went on this tangent for way too long. And I didn't even have that. Did I have that screen shared? I didn't even have that screen shared. Here you go. This is what I was looking at. Okay, here's some wide whale pants. All right, let's move on from the corduroy because I don't know what I'm talking about clearly. Here is a Holderness and Bourne golf polo. Had a really nice geometric print, even size small. Was still really stoked to find this geometric print, and it almost has like a cutaway collar. I don't know if I put that in my title or not, but this is another item that already already sold. Sold for $27 plus shipping. I think I listed it for 35 or maybe 33. But because it was size small, I was happy to just sell this super quick. And in the bottom of the tag here, it says the bird polo. So that didn't really get many results because a lot of people just list those as regular polo. But that is the model name for that particular polo from that brand. And this next item is a waggle polo. Had this awesome all over golf tee print, and it had the Valspar Championship on it, which is a PGA Tour event. Still probably doesn't help the value because that tournament's already passed, but it doesn't hurt it as much as if it was like some random golf course or some company or something. But just a really excellent print on this. Let's see, what did I list this for? I think I listed it this one high because it just had such a good print on it. Yeah, I listed it for 35 bucks just because the print was really, really awesome. All right, here we have some Nua tags at Levi's 569. This is a decent cut of Levi's, and to find them Nua tags, also the 34-inch inseam. So even if these were used, 569, 36, 34, I'd probably be picking those up at under 10 bucks. Selling them for, probably list them for 30 and sell them for, somewhere between 20 and 30. But new, I think I listed these at, what did I list them for? Let's just look at what I listed them for instead of guessing. 40 bucks plus shipping. All right. Let's get back to these questions here. Do you allow counter offers when you send offer to watchers? Love your content. I recently decided I want to take my hobby of reselling and get more serious, and you've helped a lot. Well, I'm happy to help, Ryan. That's how it started for me. I just started wanting to make some extra cash on the side, and start a little side hustle, and took it seriously pretty early on because I got hooked, and here we are. It's my full-time job. Do I allow counter offers? I always allow counter offers. I think always accepting an offer is a good idea. Even if you're going to decline it, it's good engagement on the item. It's going to help move it up in search. No elephant, just wide, fine, or medium. OP is just a true vintage brand. You're appealing to a small group of surf and skate. All right, I think we're caught up. All right, this next item is a Helly Hansen jacket. This is a really nice, like performancy, mid-length, waterproof jacket. It's Helitech, which is their waterproof line. Now, it was supposed to have a belt that went through these little belt loops here. It's a women's jacket. It was missing the belt, so that was kind of unfortunate. But there was an exact comp of this jacket for $60 when I looked it up. So what did I list mine for? I listed mine for 50 because it didn't have the belt. So this is a great brand to be on the lookout for when it is one of the upgraded lines like Helitech. If you find like their basic stuff or like a random sweater or something like that, it can be a slow seller. But these performance jackets with Helitech have always sold really well for me. Okay, here's an excellent pair of jeans to be on the lookout for. This is Mott and Bow. They have the model name usually right here on the inside. So these were 3030 Slims. And these already sold as well for $35 plus shipping. So I had them listed for, I think 40 or 45, only because there weren't many listed in this size. And I kind of was going back and forth with this buyer for a long time. And I realized, you know what? I don't mind selling these in one day for 35 after paying, $7 or so. Okay, this next one is a fun pair. We have some vintage Levi's, 550, which is not the best cut, but the size was 34, 36. Excellent, excellent size. Made in USA. And right here, we're going to date these Levi's, okay? You go to the back button and you find this number. I think it says 526, 525. So you come here, you find 525. That's the factory that the jeans were made in. So these were made in the factory 525. Directly next to that is the date. So these were made in, sorry, that jumped around, 1996. So now when I'm listing these, I'm putting 90s in my title because these were made in 1996. Really nice, even wash on these. Like I said, excellent size. What did I list these for? Are they still in my drafts, maybe? Oh, these are my solds. 550. I listed these for $45 plus shipping. So I definitely listed them higher than, a probably typical vintage Levi 550. But the 36-inch inseam is why I listed that a little bit higher. We'll do one more item and then I'll jump back to the chat and see how you guys are doing. Here are some Judy Blue skinny fit jeans. These were in the men's section. I don't really go into the women's jeans section, but I saw Judy Blue and I knew to look this up. And I'm very glad that I did because this had an excellent sell-through rate on it. I don't really understand women's jean sizing, to be honest. 1331. I don't know what that means, but that's just how I listed it. As 13 dash or slash 31. And listed these for $30 plus shipping. But when I typed in Judy Blue skinny fit 1331, it had over 100% sell-through rate. So I'm thrilled to list 100% sell-through rate at $30. Take 25 to 30. That's a great item in my business. All right, let's jump back to the chat and see how you guys are doing. All right, nothing to check in with here. Feel free to ask some questions if you guys want as we're going through these. Looks like we're almost halfway through this. Okay, this next one is a pair of Kuhl pants, Kuhl. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've already heard of this brand by now, but the size on this was excellent, 36, 34. The ones that are relatively modern will have a style code, 5120 is the style code for this model. And this model in this size actually had really good comps, so I think I listed it pretty high. I would say normally like the Kuhl pants are now down to like a $30 item or so. But yeah, this is the pair that we're looking at here. And I list them for $45 because that's what, the comps were. So really happy with those. I think they were the Renegade. Yep, Kuhl Renegade pants. Okay, here we have another fun one. Here are some vintage Levi's. They are silver tab, which is a bummer that this was kind of chewed up a bit. Has this little silver tab here. It also had some pretty bad distressing on the hems there. But this was the loose model, and they were made in USA, which are two excellent things. Vintage, made in USA, and silver tab are all really hot right now. And once again, let's date these. I think 511. So we go to 511 and 98. So these are from 1998. So that's how I date those. And these sold for $35 plus shipping. Silver tab. Yep, 35 plus shipping right here. So once again, I probably could have gotten more for those, but the sizing was a little weird, and these were extremely tapered, and really the ones that are super hot are straight or wide leg. So when I got a $35 offer, I think I listed them at like 43 plus shipping. I was happy to take a $35 offer on those. Here's another one from my style code video. I have this Columbia jacket. It was part of the Omni Shield line. And I used this style code right here, RL2148, to figure out that this was the Pardon My Trench model. So kind of a silly name, but it is one of the upper end of Columbia, with it being waterproof and nylon and belted and all these really good features. And the comps were, I think, were about 40 bucks. So let's see, what did I list this at? Yeah, listed mine just under 40 bucks. And here we have that other pair of public rec pants. This was the tan khaki pair. Same thing. It's called the Workday Chino, I think. Yeah, Workday Chino. Looking for the P logo. Here we have the brand Free Fly. This is kind of the little logo here, and they use that same little wave as the lines in the E's. And this was called, so I used this style code 011322 to find the model name on this. So what was the model name? These were the Stretch Canvas 5 Pocket, and the color was Timber Brown. So the cool thing about these is there was bamboo in the material. So that was another good keyword to put in there. It's a lightweight, breathable fabric. But pretty decent brand. On this particular model, the sell-through rate was decent. But there are some models in this brand that don't really sell as well or for as much money. It's not as much of a home run as it used to be, but still a decent pickup. So Free Fly is the brand there. Here we have an LL Bean Scotch Plaid flannel in the Black Watch Plaid colorway. I grabbed this because it was new at tags. Summer is not really the best time of year to be selling this, but new at tags, LL Bean flannel, I wasn't going to leave that behind. I think I listed it for 35 bucks. Yep, listed it for 35 bucks. All right, let's jump back to chat and see what you guys are up to. Not much. Chat is quiet today, so I hope you guys are enjoying the thrift haul. If you have any questions specific to any of the items or anything going on in your business or me personally, definitely hit up the chat. Love to answer your guys' questions, make this a little more interactive. If not, I'm going to keep plugging away and giving you guys as much value as possible on these items. Here we have a Polo Ralph Lauren quarter zip estate rib sweater. Great thing about this is it has the flesh pony, so that's a really good keyword, and it was new with tags. So those things combined really elevated the value on this. One tip on Polo I want to mention, when you see this little yellow tag in the back with the phone, this QR code will bring up that exact item on the Polo Ralph Lauren website and also authenticate the item. So when you see that, that is a good way. Like, you can just pull your phone out really quick, pull up your camera, hit the QR code, go to the website, and that way you can find the exact model name. So you can type that into eBay and get very accurate results. Doesn't probably matter on this one because it says, estate rib right there. So I knew what the model name was. But on some things where the model name might be kind of tricky to figure out, or you're not sure if it's men's or women's, or, if it doesn't say like what fit of a pant, if you see that little QR code, that's a nice little tip to figure out what you actually have there. I love finding new at tags Polo Ralph Lauren. It sells amazing for me. I list this for $45 plus shipping. So love finding new at tags Polo. Okay, here we have a pair of Lucky Brand jeans. These also are made with the white oak cone denim, which is a very desirable fabric to be used on jeans. So that is why I picked this up. Like, Lucky Brand is kind of meh jeans. They have some good models and some bad models. And the size wasn't anything to write home about on this. I think it was 34, 32, but the waist was kind of stretched out to more like a 36. But the reason I grabbed these was definitely because it has the white oak cone denim made in USA. I think I listed these for like 28 bucks or maybe 30 bucks. Yeah, 28 bucks. Nothing too crazy. Just a little bread and butter. Okay, here's an excellent brand to be on the lookout for. The brand on this is Primo. This is an up and coming golf brand. It's sponsored and now partially owned by some of the biggest golf YouTube content creators. And so the hype on this golf brand is just going up quickly because of all those things. And it was actually new with tags. You'll see the new price on this was $69, but on eBay, I think I saw them selling for 50 plus shipping or 55 plus shipping. So basically just under retail, people trying to just save, a couple bucks. Has a really nice performance feel to it. Almost like a short, like not quite short, but like a very, more modern look on the shorts. A zipper pocket on the back. I think I listed mine at 45, 50 plus shipping. So if they're paying 50 plus shipping, that's like 57, plus tax, 58, 59, maybe $60. That's almost paying retail for it. So I'm excited to see how quick this one sells. Really good sell through rate on the brand overall for sure. Okay, here are another pair of cool pants. These are size 32, 32, which was a great size as well. But these were the Stealth Zip Off system, the Renegade Convertible. So all those things are really good keywords. And these ones were worth even more. I listed them for $50. Recent model as well, 2021 spring or maybe summer. 5138 is the style code. But honestly, the style name was just written right here. So I just went off of that. And yeah, like I said, listed for $50. Guessing because it has this nice little zip off thing here, it just makes them a little bit more valuable. Here we have some Vineyard Vines performance golf shorts. These are the breaker short. These actually weren't as good as I thought they would be, but they really did feel amazing when I felt them. Like the performance quality kind of material there was really nice. So I think those are about a $20 to $25 item. I think I listed mine at 25, but I'd take 20. This was a very random find. Here's some 100 Thieves nylon shorts. This is, I think, a gaming team, like an esports team. And they kind of done some collaborations with some really hype brands. This is not a collaboration. This is just, one of their base brands or whatever. But when I looked it up, there were not many solds, but the listed on this brand for this particular short were very, very high. So I picked it up because they were affordable and I listed high to let it fly. I think I listed at $40. Okay, here's a very random one. When you find things that are new at tags, just do your due diligence and look them up. These were a big and tall size of 46-34 Lee comfort fit, like a stretchy waistband jean. Very, very, very random item. Has like a million tags on it. It's kind of funny. When I looked up this size and this model, there were, I think, 3 listed and 3 or 4 sold. So over 100% sell through rate. Now, of course, that's a small sample size, and they weren't going for crazy money like 25 to 30 plus shipping. But if you can get something like this cheap at a thrift store for $5 or so, that's how much I paid. I think I paid $5. Over 100% sell through rate, selling for 25 to 30 bucks, like that, in my opinion, is a really great item. So I'm not, I don't care that the brand is not that good overall. I'm just looking at the eBay data and trying to make educated decisions, every single time. Nikki says, love your knowledge. Keep up the great work. Always watching your content for new brands to look out for. Well, thanks, Nikki. I appreciate that. Michael says, found your channel about a month ago. Love it. Keep up the great work. I sure will. Glad you're here. Thanks, Michael. Is it Gima or Jima? Maybe Jima? I don't know. Uh, Jima Treasure says, thanks for the information. I'm currently getting knowledge to switch from collectibles to clothing. Been watching you for 2-3 weeks. Appreciate you sharing. Well, welcome. You're definitely welcome here. Glad you're finding the information useful and valuable. Collectibles is something I really know nothing about, so it'd be kind of interesting to see if there are any similarities between the categories. But I really like the clothing category, so I hope you do too. Fat Panda says esports team. Yep, that's the right word for it. I was struggling there. Okay, here's another great example with the QR code on this Polo Ralph Lauren hoodie. This one was size 2XLT, so I was definitely picking this up no matter what. I used this QR code to actually find out what they call this, but the model name for this was just very basic. It's just called the Fleece Full Zip Hoodie. So, of course, I would have used all those keywords anyway. But this was a really nice item. It just feels super high quality. And in the bigger size, especially 2XLT, really good sell through rate and really good sales price. I think I listed this for maybe 30, 40, 45 plus shipping. So yeah, if it sells for, 35 or more, that's a really great flip. Here we have some Vineyard Vines on the go shorts, very similar to the last performance shorts from Vineyard Vines, but the on the go does sell a little bit faster, sell a little bit better, maybe for a couple more bucks. But these ones feel really nice. So like if you're looking for golf shorts for yourself and you found these, like I'd say go for it. But same kind of thing with these ones, about 25 bucks. Here we have a new at tags pair of Levi's pants. These are the 514 straight, which is a pretty decent cut to find if it's new at tags. I wouldn't be going out and hunting like all the 514s like in every rack. But if it's like an amazing size or new at tags, it's still straight leg, so it still kind of fits what's in today. Retail price on these is 70 bucks. It is 100% cotton as well. I think I listed these for 40 plus shipping. I might have listed a little high, but that's kind of what I list my new at tags Levi's for typically. And I just, take offers or let the price come down over time because that's kind of the going rate that I've found. Here's a fun little brand. It's called Cricket. It's my first time actually finding the brand, so I definitely was going to pick this up. Here's the little logo. I didn't find any items listed or sold like this. So I'm very curious. It kind of has like a rugby shirt kind of vibe. It has this like woven backing here with the hidden buttons, and also like the buttons kind of come down like halfway down the shirt, like further than a polo. The inside was fleece though, had these pockets. It was just a very unique item, but I saw the long sleeve polos in this brand selling for about 30 bucks. So I think I listed mine about there, maybe 30, 35 bucks as well. Even though it is a little bit more of a substantial piece, I don't really think I can get more for it because it's not really seeing anything like it. Maybe that means it is more valuable, but I would say more often than not, that means, not a huge market for it. Here we have another pair of the public rec pants. These ones were more like pull-on jogger style with the drawstring and less like chino-y. They have a really nice feel to it and still have those same logos everywhere. These ones have a different model name. These ones are the all-day, everyday pant. So I listed these for a little bit higher because they're more of like a performance-y thing, and it had a 36-inch inseam, just raising the value just a tad. This next item is another good one. Brooks Brothers is one of the brands that I sell a lot of. When I find a new at tags, kind of like Polo Ralph Lauren, it sells really well for me. So I was happy to pick up these shorts with a $90 price tag. They were size 44, so maybe not the quickest sellers, but it is a seersucker material, which is very good in the summer. 100% cotton. Let's see, what did I list these for? 35 bucks plus shipping. So yeah, at a thrift price, 35 bucks plus shipping, I'm happy with that. Here are a pair of Polo Ralph Lauren jeans. These do have a little bit more of a vintage vibe to them, and they have this really cool fading throughout the front and through the seat. So I think just like because of this cool leather patch, some little logos here and there, and because of that fading, these will sell really well. So this was more like a feel purchase. Polo Ralph Lauren jeans are kind of like a mid item, not too great. Some styles can sell really fast, like the Hampton relaxed straight model. That model sells really quick. The Sullivan Slim model sells really quick. I think I saw Thrift of Life make a video recently about some of those faster selling models. But as far as these ones, there was no model name. So I was just more going off the fact that they're a straight cut and it had a really cool look to it and a little bit more of a vintage vibe to it. Here we have some Levi's. The knees definitely have some fading there. The reason I wanted to show you guys these ones is the patch was either not here or never here in the first place on these. So what I did to identify these is I came to this very back tag, and then I can see the size 3330. And also I'm looking for that 3-digit code that starts with a 5 to figure out the cut. And it's right here, 517, which is one of the boot cut models. So if other people that are shopping Levi's in your area are going through and grabbing the good cuts, a lot of times the 517s would be gone. But I was able to get these really cheap because the 517 wasn't there on the patch, but I was still able to identify that with this right here. And then 0216 is actually the wash, but nobody really memorizes those numbers or anything. So these were just dark wash faded is what I'd call those, or maybe medium wash. Yeah, dark wash faded, I guess. This is more medium on this polo pair. All right, here's another good polo. This is William Murray. This had a really fun print on it, like honeycombs and little bees. This was called the Beekeeper's print when I looked it up on eBay. Had really good comps because the print was so fun. So I listed this for $35 plus shipping. It's probably normally like a $25 to $30 brand in the polos for like a good color and whatnot. But this particular one was unique, so I did list it a little bit higher. Looks like we're getting close to the bottom. Yeah, this is the last thing. So if you have any questions, I'm going to be jumping back into the chat and making sure I'm wrapping up all the questions, getting you guys' questions answered. So feel free to leave them in there now. This is going to be the last item that we go over. This is a pair of J. Crew jeans, style 1040, which really isn't that great. But the reason I picked these up is they're made with Japanese Kaihara. Sure, we'll go with that. Kaihara denim. The Japanese denim is very desirable, especially J. Crew has some really good collaborations with the Japanese denim manufacturers. And this just had almost like a raw denim look to it. Unfortunately, they were not salvaged. That would have made these really, really, really good. But even just the J. Crew mixed with the Kaihara denim, mixed with that raw denim look. This is what I mean by the raw denim. It's like dark wash, but it's almost like a more of an indigo color rather than like a dark blue. I don't know if that makes sense or if I'm explaining that correctly. But all those things combined just let me know that these were really high quality and very desirable jeans. I think I listed them for, let's see what I listed them for. Are they still in my drafts? I listed these for $40 plus shipping. So 40 plus shipping, is pretty good for just a pair of J. Crew jeans, because that's a brand that you can find on a very regular basis. So if you can find those really good items if you find the really good items in the brands you find all the time, you're more likely to find really good items. So that is one of the things that I really like to tell people is like J. Crew chambray shirts. I picked that up from another YouTuber, Daddy Judd. They sell really well, but you can actually find those relatively easily. Of course, like Patagonia jackets are going to sell amazing, but I find maybe 2 of those a year. Beach by Repeat says, do you ever find Unreal? I've never heard of it and I've never found it. So I'll have to look it up. Lavender Gal says, do you shop at the Goodwill bins? I've gone a few times, but I really prefer the racks because I can get so many more items for the time that I spend. So for me, I'm willing to pay up a little bit just to kind of save some of my time sourcing instead of, being out sourcing at the bins like all day long. I can just hit the store. If it only takes me 10 minutes, I find nothing. At least I'm only wasted 10 minutes instead of wasting an hour for a new rotation to still maybe find nothing. Timothy says, I found Cricket yesterday. Comps were at 30-ish for a polo type shirt. I found I left it. What do you mean, the sell-through rate or the price? 30% ish. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. So we'll do Cricket golf polo shirt. We'll do lowest to highest. Take off sold listings. So 1,400 listed. And 960 sold. Oh, I did that wrong. Okay, so that's a 68% sell-through rate. So not amazing, but we are still working towards golf season. Timothy says sell-through rate was around 30% for the style that you found. Okay, so I didn't know they have style names. Once again, I've never found that brand until last week, and I found an item that wasn't even a polo. So I didn't even look it up because I was just curious to kind of research the brand a little bit. So if they have, style names or a certain color or something you typed in, 30% is a little bit too low of a sell-through rate for me. Even though I do really like selling golf polos just because they're so easy to ship and list and store. And so if it's cheap, I don't mind, taking a little bit less or taking a little bit longer. But for $8, it's hard to pick up much of anything with a 30% sell-through rate. Wolfman's Goodies, howdy. How you doing, man? All right. Well, that wraps up all the questions that we have so far. So I'm actually going to hop off here and get to listing some more items that I photographed this morning. If you guys want to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, I'd love to have you around the channel and get this out to more people on the replay just to see what I'm picking up at the thrift store as a full-time reseller. Did have one more question pop in. I know Patagonia gives Veros for Nuit tags. Do they give out Veros for Nuit defects? I've never received a Vero from Patagonia for listing Nuit tags or Nuit defects, so I would recommend doing your own research on that. From my experience, if you get a Vero with something, I would start taking it seriously immediately. But if you don't already have a Vero with something and you have no reason to believe that you would be Vero'd for something, I don't personally live in fear from being Vero'd, because once you get Vero'd, then you try to make that adjustment and make that change so that you don't get multiple strikes, because multiple strikes is how you get suspended or, banned for a couple of days or whatever. But a first time offense, usually they're just going to take it down and then you can, readjust accordingly. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope to see you guys in the next one.